Everything can be made in the crock pot with today's recipe, crock pot, chicken thighs, and rice. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm with eatingonadime.com. Welcome to my sister's kitchen, where I'm going to show you guys how to make this super easy and delicious crock pot recipe. Every day, all month long, to celebrate Crocktober, we are showing you a brand new crock pot recipe, and to celebrate, we are offering a big discount on our Crocktober cookbook, and we have linked that in the description below, as well as the link to today's recipe, crock pot chicken thighs and rice. So make sure that you check those all out. Here on Eating on a Dime, we are all about helping you make real food for real families on a budget. All right, let's get cooking. For today's recipe, I am using skin-on, bone-in chicken thighs. You will need about 6 or 8 depending on how many people you have in your family and how hungry they are. Generally, if you have a big eater, I allow 2 per big eater. And then if you have like a kid or maybe someone that doesn't eat as much, 1 is usually sufficient for them. On this recipe, cook however many you need for your family. First, we are going to season these with a mixture of salt, pepper, and paprika. I'm using a teaspoon of all 3. I'm going to mix these together in a small bowl and drizzle them onto the chicken thighs to season them. Now we are going to brown these chicken thighs slightly. I do recommend that anytime you use like a skin on chicken, just because it'll add a ton more flavor and it just adds a couple more minutes. Now you can definitely throw them in there without that. They're just not going to be as brown, so beware. And if you do not like skin on bone-in chicken thighs, you can definitely use boneless, skinless as well. And you can brown those too if you like. It will add flavor. And the best thing about chicken thighs is that it doesn't get dried out because it's a dark meat, so we're not having to risk that. I'm just going to season both sides of this chicken with this mixture, and then we will take it over to the stovetop to get them browned. Heat a large skillet over high heat. You want a skillet that's big enough to hold all of your chicken thighs, and add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil to brown the chicken in. Once the oil has been heated, add the chicken thighs to the pan. We're going to brown both sides for about 5 to 7 minutes on each side until they're nice and brown. I'm going to squeeze all of these bad boys in the same pan just to save time. Once the side is nice and brown, flip it over and we're going to brown the other side as well. This looks great. You want a little bit of caramelize on the skin, and it adds just a ton of flavor to these chicken thighs. You're just wanting it to look until it's nice and browned, just like that. So we are going to go ahead and remove these from the heat and get everything else ready in the crock pot. Now in the crock pot, we are going to go ahead and add the rice mixture first, and then we'll put the chicken on top. First, you will need 2 cups long grain white rice. Now this is not quick cook minute rice. This is long grain traditional white rice. Put that right into your crock pot. And then we're going to add a tablespoon of minced garlic. We love just using the store-bought, already minced, jarred garlic. It works great and tastes great. So adding a tablespoon to the rice. And then 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning blend. If you do not have this available in your area, we have a homemade recipe on our website. Just search Italian seasoning and it'll pull right up on eatingonadime.com. So we're going to add that right to the crock pot, and then add in 2 cups of chicken broth or chicken stock, whichever you prefer. And then we do want to stir these ingredients together just to thoroughly combine all those seasonings and make sure that the rice is covered in the liquid. Then we're going to take those brown chicken thighs and just put them right on top of that mixture. You want to make sure that you put the chicken in last because you need that rice to be submerged into the liquid to get it cooked through. Otherwise, you're going to have crunchy, yucky rice. So putting it on top is ideal. And when that chicken cooks, the juices drip down into the rice and it adds so much flavor. Then put the lid on, and we're going to cook this on high. We recommend cooking this one on high to get that rice to the right texture and the consistency. You want it on high for 2 to 3 hours until the liquid is absorbed and the rice is nice and fluffy. So we do give a pretty big range. I see a lot of people in our comments are like, 2 to 3 hours, that's a big range. The reason that we do that is because each slow cooker runs a little bit differently. So if your slow cooker runs hotter, you're gonna wanna start with that 2 hours and check the rice after that time. And if it runs on the lower side, let it go the full 3 hours. But if you have a clear lid on your crock pot, you wanna look at that liquid, and most of it will be absorbed when that rice is cooked through. All right, let's get this turned on and get it cooking. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple of hours, and I'm gonna show you how good this looks. Here's a close-up of what it will look like when it's done. As you can see, all the liquid is absorbed, and right here, I just tested it with a fork to make sure it was nice and fluffy, and then I had to take a little taste test to make sure it was done to what I like, and it is, so it's ready to serve. I cannot wait to try this. My favorite thing about this meal is that it's the main dish and the side all cooked in one, all cooked into the crock pot. So you have your chicken and your rice. When I make this at home, I usually just serve it with a side salad so that I get that veggie in there, and it's easy. I don't have to make another pot dirty, and it's gonna be a complete meal. Ooh, this rice is so beautiful and fluffy. It looks and smells amazing. I cannot wait to try this. Do not forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our easy family-friendly recipes, especially this month, because we're doing a Crocktober recipe all month long, and I know you're not gonna wanna miss that. Also, don't forget, check out the description. You can get the recipe that's linked below, and our Crock-Pot digital cookbook, so you can eat 31 days full of crock pot recipes. I am hungry. All right, friends, thank you for joining me today in my sister's kitchen, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.